So now I got a tough question, man. Y'all ready for the curveball? Do we push sports over education more as a culture?
No, absolutely not.
You don't think so?
We push education more as a culture, but sport is something most of the time you can do for free. I got my kids some shoes, and they can play, and it's a chance to put a small investment and make millions of dollars on the back end. You only need to make time, and sports build confidence, and you don't really have to put like you don't have to buy like when I went to high school, you didn't have to buy your football pads and helmets. You just had to buy cleats.
But it seems
You know what
like
I mean?
people
That's a
that was
$6 investment.
it seems like people that was in education they get taxed in the inner city because they think they call you nerd, they call you all kind of names and stuff like that. I'm saying, but
I've never witnessed anybody
I seen it before.
called a nerd,
I seen it
and
before.
I never witnessed a drug dealer telling a kid never don't go to school, sit out on this
No, I'm talking
corner.
about amongst peers. Sometimes you get teased amongst peers, man. It's like
I
being
mean,
intelligent. Sometimes
now you
being
got to think
intelligent,
about it. No, if you're smart but you're weird, people are gonna call you weird. If you're smart but you're musty, people gonna call you musty.
right?
Being smart doesn't exempt you um, from being picked on if you're socially awkward. You know what I mean? And guess what? I Do Dirty was very smart. Anthony Perry was very smart, very strong. He was a good athlete, and he was smart. Nobody made fun of him for being smart. Leroy Hamilton was one of the fastest people I've ever known. Was really smart, way smarter than me. Like I was in the hell with this man, and he just got math and finance, and that's why he got a degree in finance. Um, you can do both things, and I don't think you're picked
But
on.
why are we graduating at a lesser clip though? As a culture, why are we graduating at a lesser percentage?
That's a home
Like
environment, like you know what I mean. If you got to
So
work,
is the home pushing sports more than education?
of course not. I mean, you're pushing food on the table. If you don't have food, clothes, a place to stable place to live, your school is going to be affected. If you live in a high violence area, your academic performance is going to be affected. You know what I mean? You live in the worst neighborhood in the city. You go to probably one of the worst schools in the city. That's going to reflect in the academics and the graduation rate.
I like to add to. I think it's all about value system. I do
Sure.
think that you got to have your basic needs met before academics become a priority. But I think it has to also be a part of your value system. It has to be something
Sure.
that you value. And I see in a lot of days as an educator, I see people don't value education as much as we did, even back when we were students. I mean, I feel like the lack of value for them or understanding of how valuable it is not there immediately.
I know for me too, a lot of kids, um, they don't see what a lawyer does day to day. Like they don't have that kind of exposure, so it don't even be on their mind. Be like for a law school, man, what is that? 'Cause like there's so many career fields out there that I'm learning about now. That's like, man, this exists. I heard a dude where I work at. He's saying his son was working in chemistry or something. Like he was synthesizing drugs or whatever. What kind? What is that? I don't even know what that is. You know what I'm saying? But in the inner city, we just don't have the exposure to different things that you can get educated in.
And point to that is
Because a lot of people move out, they don't come back. You know what I'm saying? They don't.
being a lawyer is like I heard of a lawyer, but
Sure.
it's a fantasy. Like
Yeah.
over the rainbow, it's a pot of gold. That's the same chances that I have to be a lawyer is to find that pot of gold or a doctor. You know what I mean? I know doctors exist, but I don't know the ins and outs it takes to that. So that may as well be fiction to me because it's so out of my reach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But think about education. I learned this is actually within your reach. You got a better chance of being a doctor than you got going pro as a linebacker in the
Exactly.
NFL.
So you have to that has to be shown to you. Like you said, you
Yeah.
just find out about
But it
certain
won't, and
things.
I'm glad you just said that it has to be shown to you. But more kids are shown sports than they are educational paths, right?
Because it's 4 moves. Sports takes 4 steps. High school, college, pros. Anybody can follow that.
But when you look at the
No,
realistic
no, 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 no,
percentage,
no, no. The percentage, but following the logic, following
right,
those 4 steps.
right,
Now, just can you tell me the 4 steps of becoming a doctor?
yes, high school diploma, college degree in chemistry or biology major, medical school, residency,
Or what does
and
it take?
then
No, no. What does it take to get into med school? What test do you have to take?
MCAT, the MCAT.
MCAT.
MCAT. So
Yes,
no, we know that we're like gotta say we're older,
right.
but I can tell that first thing about sports. I can tell that to a 3-year-old and they can track. A 3-year-old couldn't track. What's
But
the
other
MCAT?
communities do. Other communities do that
They
though.
don't. They're
Yes, they
just
do.
they're just they don't.
Nigerians push it.
They
Okay, I'm
don't.
trying to tell
They
you.
don't. No, I know what
Indians, I worked in. I tell you, I'm saying
you're
Indians. They put their kids on networking early. I'm telling you. Okay.
I understand. I just said only thing I said. What is easier, and if then you push your kids, and you have to push them harder for like to be a doctor than like tremendously harder to be a doctor. Yes, I understand those programs are full of those other.
But there are some parents, some people that push their kids to go hard at sports, and they burn out in sports too, right?
Yes, yes, sir. But it
I just-
takes.
I want to add this. I think you making, and I'm not cutting you off. I'm
Yeah.
definitely.
No.
Go ahead.
I want to add this to what you're saying. We do. I agree with you. There is something that poverty does to a group of people, and it does not open opportunities readily available for them. And I also want to interject that our value systems have to change to support
I'm with you.
educating them,
This,
irrespective to the poverty that we're in. So you are correct. Like there has been a injustice that poverty has done, and by different systems that even Governor Huckabee is working to dismantle. Hopefully, as they dismantle the Medicaid fraudulent people, I'm hoping that they dismantle the effects of poverty that has had on Arkansas as a whole. I'm not even talking about color. I'm talking about we can go to Arkansas as a whole. And so as they work to eradicate those things, I'm hoping that they're working on poverty, because what I hear from you is that you're saying that, hey, people have been held back due to poverty. They don't have their basic needs met, and they're not making it as a result of that. And they're not able to put the value of academics because they so focused on where their next meal or where the roof is going to come. So I definitely get what you're saying, and as an educator, I definitely understand that we got to move away from that mindset and we have to insert it in our value system, irrespective to if you eating a meal or not. No, I can't say that. Well, I'll say it like irrespective to whether it's difficult to find that meal, which is, at schools we feed you. I think we feed them a couple of meals a day and a snack.
yeah, a couple minutes. Yeah.
So,
I understand. At the end of the day, we got to get it done. No matter what your
we got to have a value
own
system that supports it.
And if so many people make it through, and other cultures, why are we not making it through? But it's not a competition.
No, it's not a competition. It's like it's like Mel say, it's a value system, right? Because that's the most extreme. Kids are not eating, but there are a lot of middle class kids who are eating, but they don't value,
Education.
or they're not taught to value education. That's the area I'm talking about.
And
They turn 18 and they go work at Amazon. They turn 18, they go work at Amazon for 10 years and they realize, dang, this ain't the play. You know what I'm saying? That's
in efforts to make sure that people don't go through anything, we create some entitled children just because we don't want them to go through things. And I feel like I don't want that for my children.
Right.
I don't want them.
Upper level. That's an upper level problem. That's a beyond poverty problem. I'm rich. My son ain't gonna have no adversity. I'm gonna buy him everything he want, and I'm gonna no matter how many times he flunk out of college, I'm gonna pay for it. You know what I mean? He drinking.
Cause my thing is too.
He a frat boy. He drinking. You know what I mean? Got a couple date rape charges, but I'm gonna keep paying him and bailing him out. You know what I mean? you're making his life too easy, and you're taking all your child's consequences away.
No, I'm saying like even in like poverty, right? If a kid not in poverty, if they can pick up habits that can be questionable in their decision making, why come they couldn't pick up a book? That's all I'm saying. Like this
I
dude,
agree. I agree. We got to
Yeah.
create a shift, a paradigm.
Yeah, I mean,
Bro,
that, I mean, like I say, it's
Shorty can't eat
easy.
no book, son. Shorty can't eat
With
no book.
but it can get you to a point where you can't eat though.
but with this logic,
We just talked about the dude at the mall that just shot.
exactly. No, you know what I mean. With this logic, you're saying, with the logic you're making, none of us should be fat, and all of us should be educated because we could be doing better things. Instead of eating that hot dog or instead of eating that cheeseburger, you can eat celery. Instead of watching that movie, read a book, and we all make choices that
We
are
all got to
better.
work on it.
We'll all be better. But guess what? We're all people, and
Right, sure.
we're gonna tend to go to the thing that's easy, the thing that we enjoy, the thing that's shiny. That's why a lot of people
Right.
like TikTok because we have low attention spans. You know what I
Right.
mean? The world would be better if we put our phones down and read a book.
Yeah,
But
that's why I got trade of vocation, right? Like some kids, I understand some kids don't want to go to college. They're not college kids. I get that. But it's something for you to do. It's something. You don't have to do nothing.
It's not coming from a place of judgment. We all been
Right. Exactly.
We all went to one of the biggest schools in the hood. So it's not like that we staring our nose and looking down. We just know that hey,
I want all my people to do
but
better.
the honest baby, and it may hurt, but it may be the only way. I mean, not to quote Kanye, but it's just the only thing that lasts forever is the honest way. We just gotta have a value system. I feel like along the way we bottled up so much anger, so much hate, and so much nonchalant. We gotta value education. We gotta value one another as people.
Like I'm saying, my value system was messed up when I was younger. I had to work on my value system. My value system was all screwed up. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
all messed up. I had to work on that.
Like that's why I say don't get it confused though, because even though people don't push sports as much as they used to, they probably should go back to it because you can knock out two birds with one stone. Okay, as long as I'm playing ball in college, I don't flunk out. I can get an education, the right one if you know what you're going for.
Right, and if you teach them that value system, that yes,
discipline and motivates them. Hey, if I want to keep playing ball, I got to maintain a certain GPA.
Right.
But not everybody.
And to stand out amongst the competition. Not only are you good at basketball, but being good off the court. Now you start to stand out even more than just being good at basketball. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like a whole nother angle to look at that thing.
I would have told man, be like Chris Winky, man. Y'all be in school till you're 40 years old.
Boy, he was making.
All right, now we can get off the serious talk. I had to throw that curveball in there.